Good afternoon. I'm Karen Furr, Reverend Karen, and I'm starting a new series on Christ path in the new paradigm. I'm not sure how long this is going to run, but I hope it will continue for a while. I've been exploring how we can move Christianity, our faith, as Christians, and in any other tradition that we're deepening in. How can we move into the new paradigm with this, and what do we need to do in order to bring our faith, our belief systems into the new paradigm in a way that is helpful and growthful and wonderful? So I'm going to start just by briefly explaining old paradigm and new paradigm. Those of you who are familiar with the transition that we're in as a planet will understand the new paradigm. But how does that relate to our belief systems? How does that relate to how we are in the world? Well, I hope this series and the series will help us define that for ourselves and bring some clarity to that. If you've never heard the concept of old paradigm or new paradigm, we're in a shift right now, and any kind of change, as we know, creates a lot of chaos, and we're seeing a lot of that in the world today. But we're moving from an old way of being, an old way of thinking, an old way of relating into a new way. In the old paradigm, for instance, in the worldview of the old paradigm, it was hierarchical and competitive and control driven. I'm reading my notes here, so if my eyes glance down, that's what I'm doing. There's a focus on survival, material gain, and external validation. There's dualistic thinking, for instance, good versus bad, us versus them. See if this relates to your experience in the world today. Our relationship to nature and others. In the old paradigm, nature is seen as a resource to be exploited. People are viewed as separate from each other and from the earth, from the planet. The old paradigm is often marked by dominance, conquest, and extraction. In the area of leadership and power, in the old paradigm, leadership and power is centralized. There are centralized authority figures, often charismatic or authoritarian. There's a power over rather than power with. There's a reliance on force, fear, or manipulation to maintain control. In the area of technology and progress, technology is used to control or conquer nature and each other. There's an emphasis on more, faster, and bigger without regard for long-term consequences. In the area of truth and communication, truth is discerned. This is in the old paradigm. Truth is determined by those in power or authority. We're seeing that in the rewriting of the history of our country going on right now. Communication is top down and one way. Remember the saying, knowledge is power? That's an old paradigm concept. There's dissonance, censorship, and suppression of alternative voices. In the area of spirituality and consciousness, there's a separation of spirit and matter, a rigid dogmatic system of belief, whatever that system is. In the old paradigm, there's a suppression of individual gnosis and intuitive wisdom. The new paradigm, and we're moving into that now, the new paradigm, the worldview is interconnected and systems thinking. There's a focus on wholeness, collaboration, and co-creation. There's a non-dual awareness, embracing complexity and paradox. In the area of relationship to nature and others, in the new paradigm, nature is kin, teacher, and ally. Humans are seen as an integral part of the Earth community. And there's an emphasis on reciprocity, care, and sustainable stewardship. In the new paradigm, leadership and power is decentralized, collaborative leadership, power with empowerment and co-creation. There's transparency and integrity and servant leadership. And we can look at current events and see how the new paradigm is creating quite a stir in the collective because of the transparency. There are no secrets anymore, right? In the area of technology and progress, technology is a tool for connection, healing, and creativity. There's an emphasis on appropriate technology aligned with human and ecological well-being. There's a focus on ancient wisdom with modern innovations. In the area of truth and communication, truth as a shared, evolving understanding. There's open, authentic, two-way dialogue. There's space for multiple perspectives and respectful disagreement. In the new paradigm area of spirituality and consciousness, there's an integration of spirit and matter. There's an emphasis on inner guidance, direct experience, and living wisdom. Awakening to unity consciousness and honoring the sacred in all beings. So in essence, the old paradigm is about control and separation and domination, while the new paradigm invites connection, unity, and co-creation. The shift involves moving from fear to love, from scarcity to abundance. I love this one, from hierarchy to circles, and from linear thinking to holistic awareness. So I'm going to be applying this. My main path is Christ-centered shamanism or Christianity, but I'm also a shamanic practitioner. And the new paradigm fits very, very well in both of those traditions. Christianity is a system of direct revelation, and so we're going to be asking the Holy Spirit, or whatever tradition you're in, what is that higher power, that source that you call upon for wisdom and guidance? We'll be calling upon those spiritual powers to help us understand how we can move into a new paradigm and bring about the transformation that is inevitable. But where does it start? When I was discerning being ordained as a bishop, the prayer I asked was, why should I do this? Why am I called to do this? And the answer became very clear. And it was basically, you keep saying, be the change. Well, damn it, be the change. So, so the motive for me doing this series is just that we can in freedom explore our faith traditions, whatever they happen to be. Now, I'll be using Christian metaphors and verbiage and whatever, because that's what I'm most familiar with. But I have a respect for all traditions. So I hope that whatever tradition you as a listener bring to the table, that you'll find the similarities in what we talk about. Remember, in the new paradigm, it's integrating our diversity, not separating ourselves out. So join with me, and I hope to be doing this on a weekly basis, but I think as I explore this more, I might just insert videos when I can, if it's maybe more than once a week, maybe not quite, but we'll see. But I invite you to subscribe. I'm new to this, so I need to find out how to insert a subscribe button. That when you see it, please subscribe, and let's really have a good conversation about this. Okay? Blessings to you, and blessings to the ones that you care for and care about, and blessings to the ones that you encounter in your day-to-day. Have a wonderful afternoon, and bless you. Bye-bye.